No blacks, no Jews, no gays. Return to the land. And it is a town open to white people only.
White Americans are making white-only towns in Arkansas. Non-Christians, non-whites are not allowed. It's 2025 and seems like segregation is back. Black Americans are very happy about it. In fact, they are fully supporting the initiative.
I 100% agree with this white-only town. I'm in full support of it. And every Black and African creator should be running promotions and supporting this initiative that these white supremacists are doing by creating this town. It's a fantastic idea. Guys, you do not know how happy I was to see this story. I'm like, listen, as many of you guys that want to move to this town, please move there.
Black Americans are firm in their words and decision that now that white Americans have decided to segregate by building white-only towns, then they should do away with anything that is associated with Black Americans, be it Black inventions, be it Black or African resources, be it anything that is associated with any other groups that is not white.
There are some basic rules and regulations. Please, when you move there, you cannot hire Latino workers. You cannot take African resources. So whatever resources that you're using there, please do not take any resources from Africa. You cannot take Arab oil. So whatever oil you're using to power your cars or your machinery, no more Arab oil. You're not taking any more Arab oil. The cobalt and coltan you're getting from Congo for your phones, and that is no more. Everything you produce in this white supremacist town should be coming from white folks. You cannot get any Black people to come and work for you. We're not cleaning your floors. We're not driving your taxis. Indians, you're not getting any Indians to work in your in stores or whatever. No Indian doctors, none of that. No surgeons. When you get sick, please do not go and look for a Chinese or Asian surgeon to help you out, or African nurses to care for you and your children. That is over with. I love this concept. I love it. Please, guys, you see, the guys who made this in the Ozarks in Arkansas, they've argued that this is not racist. It's just a members club. And when you're a members club, you can set whatever rules and regulations you want for a members club. They even said that Hitler was just misunderstood and so on. That's what the guy who organizes it. Listen, it's a fantastic idea. You see, there are many of these towns popping up all over the world because white people, you see, many people do not know their history and they've been so miseducated. I've said this many times that the biggest victims of white supremacy are white people, not Black people or any other brown person on the planet. White folks, because they've been put into a position where they cannot actually function by themselves. Everybody else has been sort of forged in racism so that they're able to essentially function autonomously because they already have resources anyway. They've already been subjugated at various points in history, whereby, to be honest, if they were left on their own, they could be left on their own and function. Africans, all we've ever asked is to be left on our own, and you will not leave us alone. You don't want us in your country, but you don't want to leave us alone in our continent. Now you're building your own towns. Everybody who's upset, I tell you, the people who are most scared about this are white, rich people who understand what this could mean if white people start making this a thing. Because they need us to be together and fighting each other. They do not want people to be separating themselves because they understand that very quickly they will realize the folly of racism and white supremacy.
Black folks affirm that white Americans should not use Black inventions in those white-only towns. For instance, they should not use traffic lights. They should use stoplights instead. They should not use shoes. They should use sandals instead. They should not use cloth dryers. They should use clotheslines.
No Black, no gay, and no Jewish people. That is the rule in this white-only town being built in Arkansas. Nope, this isn't 1950. It's happening right now in 2025 in the Ozarks. A group called Return to the Land has built what they proudly call a whites-only community on 160 acres in the Ozarks. They've got cabins, roads, fences, wells, community center, and even a private schoolhouse, all for people who pass their strict racial and cultural tests. To live there, you must be white with European ancestry, straight, Christian, and you cannot be Black, Jewish, LGBTQ, or follow a non-European religion. They vet applicants with video interviews, and some are even asked to prove their ancestry. The founders, Eric Orwell and Peter Sears, say that they want to create a, quote, fortress for the white race. In their own words, you want a white nation, build a white town. Now, Here's the thing, they're calling it a private membership association to dodge federal housing laws. Basically, they sell membership shares through a company called Wisdom Woods LLC. And rather than traditional deeds, which they claim makes them exempt from anti-discrimination laws like the Fair Housing Act. And shockingly, well, maybe not, there's already 40 people living on the site and hundreds more worldwide are applying. They say they have things like goat herding, homeschool programs, flute recitals, and even a white baby bounty, basically rewarding white females for having more children. And I saw one of their interviews and even their dog is white. And get this, they're not stopping in Arkansas. They've already announced plans to expand into Missouri near Springfield. Now, civil rights groups like the NAACP and Anti-Defamation League and state officials are calling it what it is, a modern-day experiment in segregation, racism, and legal loopholes. Arkansas's Attorney General is investigating, but as of right now, this community is still operating, still growing, and still recruiting. This isn't just a hate group in the woods, you guys. It's a test case to see if they can build a future where civil rights laws don't apply, as long as they call it private. This is insane.
Oh, let them build a white-only community in Arkansas. They'll find out. They'll find out how bored they are. I mean, without Mexican, indigenous, Black, Asian influences, like, what are they even doing? Like, just eating mayonnaise and listening to country music, I guess? Like, I'd be really worried about the kids in that community, though, right? Like, they're going to become the entertainment in an evil sort of way. But other than that, just let them have their experiment. They'll find out.
Did you hear about the whites-only community in Arkansas that's using legal loopholes to bring back segregation? In 2023, this man named Eric Orwell founded a group called Return to the Land because he believes that white identity is under attack in modern America. Return to the Land is definitely a white nationalist group, yet legally it categorizes itself as a private members association. Their focus is to reunite people of European ancestry. The group purchased 160 acres to build a community near the Ozark Hills in Arkansas because they believe that it will be more accepted there since Arkansas is filled with mostly white people. They explicitly declared it a whites-only settlement. No Jewish people, no people who follow non-European religions, and definitely no LGBTQ people are allowed to live there. To become a member, you have to be personally interviewed and screened for European ancestry. There are now about 40 people who live in the Arkansas whites-only community, but hundreds more from around the world have applied for membership, which means that they're going to be opening up more segregated communities across the country. The group says this is all perfectly legal and they've done their research. They say that because they're classified as an LLC, they are exempt from fair housing laws that criminalize racial segregation. Their leader, Eric, truly believes his ideas are correct and he's encouraging other races to do the same. He says the difference between segregation of the past and the one he's trying to implement is that this time it's going to be voluntary. What do you think of this story? Leave a comment to let me know. I'm Tierica with the T. Follow for more.
You're absolutely right. Whites-only towns back in the day were what we called sundown towns. So a sundown town were towns where black people knew not to be caught after dark. Not because we didn't want to be there, but because it wasn't safe. That wasn't a suggestion. That was a survival rule. So now here we are in 2025, and y'all think y'all invented something new with an all-white town in Arkansas? No, baby, this is a remix. And the wild part, honestly, for me, the system is set up to benefit whites in America, yet they still felt like they needed a whites-only town to be able to feel like they're prospering. Think about it. How mediocre do you have to be when the whole deck is stacked in your favor and you still like, nope, we still got to create an environment that we can win? That tells me you know you can't compete in the real world, even when you know the rules are written to help you. And y'all call it a safe space, but let's be honest, a safe space for who? Because black people in America, we never had the luxury of creating a safe space in which we could keep it to ourselves without white America coming in and totally destroying it. Meanwhile, you're out here begging for media coverage to show off your gated bubble. So yeah, sundown towns have always existed, and we know their history. The difference now is we're not scared. We're not running, and we're not gonna lose no sleep over it. If that's the space you need to feel relevant, go ahead. Because here's the truth. Black people don't care about being in your little sundown sequel. We care about making sure our communities get what they deserve. And that's something no sundown town can stop.
No blacks, no Jews, no gays. Return to the land. And it is a town open to white people only. They are millennials and Gen Z. And this is a new update of age-old prejudice.
Control over who our neighbors are, and that is just for the sake of preserving, our culture.
And that culture, effectively, we're saying this is a white culture, a whites only place.
White American culture.
But what this sounds like is bringing back segregation. Is that a fair assessment?
It's free association. So we're not trying to keep other people down.
But they are being kept out.
You don't let everyone into your home.
You want to live by yourself and you want to protect your own community, that's cool. Nothing wrong with that. It's when you want to do that when it's on other people's land, during when other ethnicities want to do that, eat Black Wall Street, or still go into their place and police it, higher incarceration rate, put things into their community, such as drugs, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to be a part of that community, but I still want to know what they're doing, preserve your race. Well, maybe the blacks want to preserve their race. And if you're really about, hey, we want to do our own thing, well, give them all their land back. That goes for Indigenous, that goes for the African nation, that goes for all these nations. Give them their land back, give them all the interest back, and give them all the resources you've taken and you benefit to make your country. If you're really about, hey, we just want to be by ourselves and do our own thing, prove it. Because at the moment, you're just talk.
So I just found out that white people are making their own town, and in Arkansas at that. And then somebody made a video saying that black people are mad, but honey, we are not mad. We don't care. And it's in Arkansas. I never thought about going to Arkansas. No tea, no shade for the people that lives in Arkansas, but never thought about living there or visiting. And why y'all trying to make your own town when y'all have sundown towns already, where y'all don't even want black people to go, and y'all murder them when it get dark? Like, make it make sense. And how much you wanna bet if black people was to do that again, we have our own town, we make our own money, banks, stores thriving as they did back in the day, and y'all were mad, so y'all burned it down, literally? Y'all would be even more mad today if we did that. Let's keep it a bean and let's keep it a buck. Y'all would. But I wouldn't mind all the racist people to leave, because bye. Like, we supposed to be mad. We're not mad. Go.
So I caught wind of the whites only town going up in Missouri. You can click on the Stitch video to see what exactly it is, okay? So there's this other whites only town, okay? Okay, this isn't going to be the first, and it's probably not going to be last. I approve, actually. I approve, because that'll give every single person who does not want to be around anyone who is non-white a place to go, okay? Since they don't want to travel back to Europe, it'll give them a place to go and stay. I would like, if I can offer some suggestions, I would like them to actually build a wall around themselves. Okay, that's what I would actually, I honestly would, just to be clear. I think they should build a huge wall around themselves and just stay there. And this will actually take the pressure off of Black America. It'll actually take the pressure off of the indigenous. It'll take the pressure off for us to build our own communities then, because you will already have had, because they plan on expanding this to 50 different states. So that way, we'll have everything out here and you can have everything within your walls. Okay? I love the idea. I think it's perfect. All right? I think this is one of the best ideas I've ever heard, actually. Like before, okay, so there were sundown towns before. Okay? And they're still sundown towns. But I just feel like, no, just build the wall around yourself. Just build the wall. Disconnect. Like, take the highway and cut that joker. Like, don't let there be a way in or out. You know, have a certain amount of land. Get the land that you want, okay? Get the land that you want and just never come outside. Make sure you have everything you need in there, okay? Everything, and stay there, all right? Take your little minions with you, okay? Now, for all the white folks who think like regular common human beings, they can stay out here with us because they think y'all cuckoo too, okay? So I think that this is a great plan. I think it's a great idea. There should be passes. If they want to come out into, because they're taking their European ancestry and everything to make sure they don't have any other thing inside their lineage, right? So I think that in order for them to come outside into our world, okay, then they need to have a certain pass, and they need to be back inside their little, I don't know, their little community after a certain time. Okay, I just really think that, you know what I'm saying? Because what are you doing? Like, you need to have a pass because you decided you wanted to go. You have a pass to come. I mean, because all of our hospitals out here, everybody can come to. You know what I'm saying? Everybody. So there's no reason for you to have to come out here to our post office with our black mail and our Latino mail. Okay? With our stamps with black folks on them and stuff like that. You don't want to see that kind of stuff. So you use your own post office, and you have your own carriers and everything else, and your own airlines, because the airlines out here, okay, they carry everybody, okay? So I don't know what type of thing that the airline is going to do, but they need to have some type of fee, a whites only fee, that they have to pay to sit in a whites only area. That'll make the airlines a lot of money. So listen up for everybody. If they have to come outside of the walls for business, there should be a fee. You think up your own fee so that they can have their whites only section. That's an expensive section. That will bring money into the economy. That's their own section. Right there. Shoot. Look, I'll open up a business. I'll be right outside of town just so I can get that money. Okay? Come on out. You need something? Okay, go sit in the whites only section, and that's an extra $1,000. You know what I'm saying? So just go ahead and benefit off of it. Don't get mad. Get glad. Don't get mad. Get glad, baby. Capitalize on it, because, you know, those type of people special. And they want special freaking treatment. So give them the special freaking treatment they need, because they rich now. I applaud it.
Black folks insist that whites in those white-only towns should not use human resources from other races. For instance, they should not use surgeons from India. And do you remember about sundown towns? Do you know why they are called sundown towns? It's simply because blacks knew that they were never safe when it came to evening, when it came to sunset. And imagine we are in 2025, but still the sundown towns exist. But while the sundown towns exist, imagine the whites are even insisting about building white-only towns. Black Americans claim that the system is built to favor the whites. But while it's made to favor them, whites never, get satisfied. That's why they are still pushing for the white-only towns. Yeah, so guys, I would like to keep this discussion going. Let me know what are your thoughts and opinions about this down in the comment section. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like button. And until the next episode, for now, goodbye.